Hi, thanks for watching. I'm Sherry Scott, and I'm an author and a candle maker. And I wanted to introduce my candles to you and tell you a little bit about how they're made and why they are very meaningful to me. First of all, I have been making candles for about 4 years, close to 5 years, and I've been blending essential oils and fragrances for over 11 years now. So each of the candle fragrances that I make, they are specially blended to achieve the fragrance for each one. So you're not going to find these fragrances anywhere else. And you're probably not going to find candles that have the same name as a lot of the ones that I make, because they were inspired by the area in which I live, which is Osage County, Oklahoma. And so a lot of the titles are like Osage Hills, Green Country, Osage County, Okisa, and so they're very unique. And when I created the candles, I started writing the descriptions for each one of them, and I discovered that I was actually writing a book. So I have an accompanying book for 19 of the different types of candles that I make. I actually make more than that, but 19 of them are what I consider to be Oklahoma candles. And so I also published a book, Praise Him on the Prairie, that goes along with each of the candles, and it describes what I was thinking and feeling when I created each one of them. And so all of this was just bubbling on the surface, and so it was begging to be written, and so it became a book in addition to the candles. And I'll tell you where you can get the book and the candles here in a few moments, but I wanted to show you. I'll have to angle this down. These are just a few that I made extras from another order. I don't normally keep like a whole bunch extra unless I'm just replenishing someone's stock, or if I have an order where they ordered a box of 12 of each kind. But for this order, I made a few of each. That's what they wanted, and so I made a few extras to go with it. So this is what they look like. There's no tab at the bottom. I tried that in the beginning when I was testing these out. This has been a couple month process before I even put them up for sale. I wanted them to be just right and just perfect. They don't always look perfect. I try to make them beautiful, but what is important is the way that they burn and the way that they smell. So there's no tab. Those kind of are cumbersome and they don't look nice. You get a nice smooth finish, and they burn evenly, and I tried a lot of different wicks, and that's what I was going to say. I tried numerous wicks to get the perfect wick for these candles. I used to make a different type of candles, and for those, the wick really wasn't all that important. I mean, it's always important, but it's especially important with a candle like this, because you want it to burn evenly at a certain rate, and also cleanly and cool. If it gets too hot, it's going to crack your glass. It's also going to burn too quickly to where you get like a whole bunch of wax. Like from here up, you get liquefied wax. That's going to make your candle wick go over to the side, touch your glass, and then it's going to pop and it's going to explode and leave you with a mess. These are not going to do that. For one thing, I use zinc core wicks, which gives them more rigidity, and they're going to stand up, and they're not going to just collapse like a regular hemp or cotton wick would do that doesn't have any reinforcement in it. Like I said, I tried a bunch of different sizes, a bunch of different types, and I did a lot of testing. So this is the perfect size for this particular type of candle. The first time that you light it, you're going to want to let it melt all the way to the edge. So that means burning it for about an hour or so, because after you let it burn for an hour or so, it's going to have a smooth surface like this. If you don't burn it long enough on the first time, your wax is just going to melt like in a little pool and then stop. So the next time you light it, your candle's going to gutter and it's going to go out. The wick is going to drown out. So when you relight it, it's going to burn or melt all the way to the edge again. But that first time, let it burn for about an hour. I don't recommend burning them any longer than 2 hours at a time, just because that's not really safe. Your wick will get a little long and need to be trimmed. Plus also, you might end up with too much liquefied wax. So just blow them out after a couple of hours and give them a break. And of course, never burn a candle unattended anyway. You have to pay attention to it. I don't have a full box right here because this is a partial box, what I have left of some hummingbird candles that I made. These were just like to, give us freebies and let people test them out. These boxes are awesome. If you've got a shop, if you're a retail store, you have these boxes that are really awesome for displaying. So all you need basically is a shelf in your store. This is the way that they come to you, and then you just basically raise it up and tuck this tab back here, and then you've got a nice display for your store. Now these fit in a standard size votive cup, and by votive cup I mean candle holder. Now you don't want to, you could burn these freestanding, but I really don't recommend it. I recommend a candle holder just like these, and that way they're snug. It makes your candle last longer, and it's also safer. What you might want to do also, there's with any type of candle holder, there is always a chance that your glass is going to get hot. And the closer it gets to the bottom, your glass can get hot. So that means that whatever you're setting it on could possibly theoretically get hot also. You always just want to think of safety and what could happen, even though it might not, it could. So even if you just set it in a teacup or some other little dish or something like that, a saucer even, just for safety, for just in case. Now another thing that I do is, if you want, it's also a little extra safety, but it's also to help you when it comes time to clean out your candle holder. Get a little water and put just a capful or so, maybe a little bit more than that, in the bottom of your candle holder. I think that's just the right amount. And see, it comes up about here. You don't really want it to go up any further, but I mean it can, but this would be just fine. So by the time your candle is done burning, then all you got to do is dump that out with the wax gathered on top of the water and everything, and it's a lot easier to clean out, as opposed to if your wax just is all gathered at the bottom and you got to get a butter knife and pop it out. So it's nice like that. So here's just a few. Your candles are always going to be individually shrink wrapped, and and labeled, and they're beautiful. And well, I don't have a sticker on the bottom of this one. I think that I had run out at one time. These are just for show and tell. So you're going to have a sticker on the bottom for safety. And I make these in small batches. I only make, I use small pitchers for my wax, and I only make a dozen at a time. Sometimes if I can get a little more wax, than I intended, I might make, 13 or 14 at a time. Just however it ends up, pouring wise. But a whole ounce of oil goes into each batch. So you're going to have these really strongly scented. It's not overly strong, but it's just right, and it's really very nice, as opposed to candles that are just either overwhelming or that you can barely smell at all. This will fragrance your room nicely. So for every dozen candles, there's a whole ounce of fragrance. The wax that I use is a blend. It's my own secret blend of paraffin and soy. And so you're going to get, it's going to be nice and solid because of the paraffin, and it's also going to melt very smoothly and beautifully because of the soy. Now, I've not had any trouble so far with these melting in the summer during shipment or anything like that. I do have ice packs or cool packs, dry ice packs, little small ones that I include with orders that I'm shipping. And my shipping method is generally 2 days USPS priority. So it should get to you completely fine. I know it gets hot here in Oklahoma, and so I actually took a candle and put out in a candle holder and set out on my porch. It's been out there for over a week, and it has not melted or fallen apart at all. So these are perfectly safe to ship during the summer. And I also take precautions. I have a lot of different places where my candles are listed right now. So I want to clear up any confusion about where you should order. The best place for you to order, I don't know if you can see this, I wrote it down up here on the board. SherryMscott.com. That's my own personal website for my books as well as for the candles. And I have wholesale and retail there. Fair. I'll put all the links at the end of the video. Fair is where you want to go if you are wholesale, you're a shop, you're a store, and if you need it shipped. They offer net 60 terms and free shipping, so it doesn't cost either you or me anything for shipping. So Fair is the way you want to go if you need your order shipped. If you are locally, like Bartlesville, Pawhuska, Dewey, you're probably going to want to order from SherryMscott.com or email me because I can invoice you for an order that does not include any shipping charges, and I can deliver it within reason in this general area. So you wouldn't want to pay for shipping if you don't have to have it. So Etsy, that's mostly retail. I don't really have a wholesale option set up there. I'm also on madeinoklahoma.net now, and they have a little shop section there too, so I have my candles listed there as well. You can get the books, and I have another book published and another one that I'm still working on. I'll talk about those in a different video, but this one, you can get any of these places. So if you want to email me, you're still not sure the best way for you to order, email me at sherryscottauthor@gmail.com. I'll put that link up also. And I have several different payment methods that I can invoice you if you don't want to use any of those shops that I have set up online. I have Stripe, I have PayPal, and I have Square. So basically whatever option works for you works for me. And I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please email me, and I'd love to talk to you. Thank you.